kindly click on subscribe button, bell icon, and also like, comment and share. Hello friends, myself Karan Patel, and I am going to teach you CamWorks software. Right, so this is a beginner's level. This is first video, so we are covering the basic software introduction, what the software is actually made up of, what are the functions and features does it carry. Right, so before moving further, I just request you to kindly subscribe this channel so that I can share more and more videos, and that will be helpful for you to understand CamWorks very better, and you can work very smoothly onto it. So as I told you, today we will look the software introduction, how the user interface of software works. Right, so this is the main screen of the software. Right, over here you can see at the top of the window there is a command manager where all the tools will be lined up. Okay, then the plain white area which you are viewing is the graphics area, so where your model will be there, which you have generated, it will show in the 3D model over there. At the left hand side you can see a feature design tree, that is a black arrow pointed over there. So the history of the part, what features you have used, what sketch you have made, all that will be listed over here. So that will be your feature design tree. At the top of the screen on the left side you can see the 3 buttons, that is basically for the CAM functionality. So rest of the things is for CAD, and these 3 things is for CAM. So among them the first one is the CamWorks feature tree. Right, so as I just told earlier, that feature design tree is what? It will be the history of the model which you have created. In the same way, CamWorks feature tree will be showing you the features which are used to be created from the model. So features are like a pocket, a slot, a hole, a boss, an open profile, anything, an engrave feature, a curve feature, a face feature. Right, so what are the features which is to be machined will be listed over there in the feature tree. Moving on, there will be a CamWorks operation tree, right, just beside the feature tree. So what operation tree covers, that for machining such feature, like if I say a rectangle, a pocket, right, so for machining a pocket, what are the operations do you need? Like you have a roughing operation, you have a finishing operation, or let's take an example of a hole. Right, if you want to machine a hole, then you can use a center drill operation, then you have a drilling operation. If it is a dowel hole, then you can have a boring operation or an interpolation, whatever you like. So all that operations will be listed over here in the operation tree. Okay. Moving further, there will be a third tree, that is called CamWorks tool tree. Now what this tool tree contains? So apart from all the tools that are present in the CamWorks library, what are the tools do you possess? That means what are the tools that are available in your company? Like say if I have anvil, then I have 5 types of anvil, starting from 2 mm, 4 mm, 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm. Right, then I have indexable cutters, which is a range from 18 mm, 20 mm indexable, or 25 mm or 32 mm. Right, okay. Moving on, I have ball nose cutters like 2 mm, 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm. Then I have drills, all types of drills starting from 1 mm to almost 40 mm. So all tools which you have in your industry, you can list it over here. So when software tries to pick the tool to create a operation for machining such feature, it will only grab that tools which are available in your library. Right, so that you can utilize your own tools and you did not have to worry about any extra cutters. So that is why tool tree is also a very much important part of CamWorks. Okay, I hope you guys have understand what is the basic user interface of CamWorks is. Now just let me focus you to the workflow of CamWorks, that how actually this CamWorks works. Okay, so let me show you the workflow. The workflow is like this. You have to start the software, then you can have to open a model, or you can design a model in CamWorks. Then you go into the CamWorks feature tree where you can have all the features which are need to be machined. Now in that, first of all, you have to define a machine. Like say, if I have a 3-axis milling machine or a 4-axis machine or a turning machine or a Milton machine. So apart from, you have to first define a machine. After defining a machine, you have to change the controller settings. That means if you have a Fanuc controller, a Mazak controller, a Haas controller, right? So whatever controllers your machine possesses, you need to change that. After defining that, you go into the stock window, right, where you can define your raw material. Is that either it is a bounding box, or you can define as a casting file or an STL file, right? You can even do a configurations of stock and you can use it, right? So all that will be covered in the stock manager. After doing that, you generate the toolpaths. You can adjust the operation parameters, right? Okay, after generating the toolpath, if you will go and verify this toolpath, you can simulate it in the design stage only or in the programming stage only. After verification, if you think that there are some portions where the materials are left out or the tool selection is not appropriate, again you can go and adjust the operation parameters. Again you can generate the toolpath and again you can simulate it. After simulating it, if you feel that okay, my now my toolpath is ready to go on machine, it is been verified, then just click on one click with it, that is post process, and you can get the NC file which you can transmit it in your machine. So this is a basic procedure, right, wherein you have to follow this workflow to generate the toolpath. Okay, now let's elaborate it. For example, you have to design a model, or if you have a solid model, you can open that model in CamWorks. After opening it, you can extract the machining features. So as far your model is concerned, the software will extract all the pocket features, all the holes, and all that stuff will be automatically recognized by the software. Okay. After that recognition is been done from the technology database, right, wherein we have saved all the informations of tooling, of feed speed, of the machining features, what are the strategies need to be created. So it will extract all that information from the technology database, and it will help you to create a program like this, right? After if you generate the operation plan, you can generate the tool path which will be looking like this. You can verify it, simulate it, and after simulating it, you can post process into an NC file which you can directly go and share it to the VMC machines, which will cut your part as per the desired profile. Okay, so that is a basic procedure how it will do. Now let me just focus on the software screen, right? So what your software screen basically looks like, it looks like this. Now if I open one model, so as I shown earlier, this is a feature tree wherein all the history of the CAD model will be listed over here. Okay, at the top you can see the command manager where all the tools are lined up over here. Over here you can see the CamWorks feature tree, right? So that all the features will be listed over here. Then there is an operation tree, as I told that all the operations will be listed over here. And there is a tool tree where you can see what amount of tools or what number of tools do you have, and based on that it will generate the tool path. Okay, now over here you can see that all the tools are grayed out. So you don't after clicking on that you won't be able to activate. It will get active only after the basic procedure which you need to follow. So get back to on the PPT. So I have start the software, open the model, go into the CamWorks feature tree. Now I need to define a machine. So I will define a machine. That what machine I should have. I have a 3-axis machine, so I can select it. You can change the post processor. Either it will be a Fanuc or a Haas, right, or a head and end. You can select the post processors. Then you can click on OK. Then what will be the next step? The next step is define stock. So you can define the raw material, how it looks. So as per the model, it will generate a bounding box that this plate is going to be machined from this raw material. Right, you can click on OK. Afterwards you can see you have to extract the machinable features. So now you can click on extract machining features. As soon as you extract machining, click on machining features, this will attract all the machining features like pocket, holes, slots, everything will be over here. Like see, you can see the open pocket, this slot, this whole group, because they these all holes are of same diameter and depth, so it has automatically generated a group. Over here you can see all the features has been extracted. As soon as the features are extracted, the second command, that is operation plan, has been active. So while clicking on that, it will extract the tool data, the parameters, the strategies from the software, and it will generate a toolbar like this. It will give you an operation plan that how you are going to machine this product. Okay, so after generating it, I will say generate toolpath. So you can see that roughing toolpath, the finishing toolpath, same here, the roughing, the finishing, over here also the roughing and the finishing. Right, you can see all the toolpaths will be here. And after generating the toolpath, you can simulate it, that how actually it is going to be machined. So you can see how the tools are being selected according to the model. So it will give you a optimum tool selection, wherein if you want, you can change, like say it has done roughing with the help of 20 mm end mill, but I want to say I don't have 20 mm end mill right now, so I just want to switch over it to 10 mm. So automatically my toolpath will get updated, and you can see that how it actually works. Right, so this is just a basic information that how the software is working, what will be the user interface and how it works. So on the later videos we will study in depth how these toolpaths need to be made, what are the parameters needs to be set, and all that stuff we will be studying in later videos. So that's it, that is it for today's video, wherein I hope that you have understand the user interface of the CamWorks software. Okay, so for more videos, stay updated, and I will get back to you on this. Thank you.